So delighted to be joined by the OG Real Housewife, Kyle Richards. First of all, Kyle, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are
Good.
you?
I'm good. I'm good. So you're in London at the moment.
I'm
Um,
in London, yes.
are you there for business or pleasure? Because I know you're doing a bit of a press day today, but I think you're having a bit of a holiday as well, are you?
It's a little bit of both. We came last week to London for a few days, my husband and my daughters and me, and just had fun with friends that were in town and friends that live here. And then we went to France by train to Paris specifically by train for a family vacation there with my husband and daughters. And we took the train back to London yesterday.
Amazing. So you have obviously been filming The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for 12 years now, which is just insane. Like, can you even believe it's been that long?
No. And when I hear you say that, I'm like, how did I get here? How did this happen?
It's
I,
craziness, but like so many people over the years have come and gone from the show, as you know. And like, you've been doing this for 12 years now. Like, what do you think makes you a really good real housewife? As in, like, people are still tuning in to see you after all these years. What makes you think that you've survived this long in a way?
well, I think that, I'm always myself 100% of the time, whether you have the same person on camera as off camera. I think over these 12 years, people have gotten to know me, even though it's not perfect all the time. I think they know that I'm genuine. They've gotten to know my husband and my children. So, they really feel like they know me at this point, and they actually do. When people stop me on the street and they say, I feel like I know you, I say to them, well, you actually do know, a lot about me and who I am. So I guess that's probably, why. And, you know, I don't know. I think that's probably why. I don't know that I'm here all these years and people know me and that they feel like comfortable with me. I don't know.
That is something I was going to say, though, and I'm not just saying this. You are actually my favorite Real Housewife. I'm a really big fan, but I
Oh,
think this
thank
is
you.
why a lot of people love you, is that you're so real and you've shared so much on the show over the years, which I think is a huge part of it. But is there anything that you have shared on the show over the years that you kind of regret looking back?
I mean, sharing, no, I don't regret anything I have shared. Moments, of course, I have a lot of regrets over the years. The way I reacted to certain things or handled certain things, or even something I've said flippantly that I didn't quite realize in the moment. And then I realized after, but too late, it's on camera. And then people are going to say, oh, like, how could you have said that? I was like, without the camera, sometimes we say things and you go, oh, I didn't mean like that. What I mean is, you don't really get that luxury in reality television. So there have been moments where I'm just like, oh, I'm never going to shake that one. So, of course, but you also learn a lot about yourself in doing a show like this. And, I wish I handled these things differently, or I don't really like the way I react to certain things, and I need to work on that on myself. And so, in a weird way, it can be really good for you too if you're open to growing and changing.
Yeah, it's kind of a form of therapy almost.
It really is. It's very strange too. And oddly, I was talking to somebody else who's on a reality show and new, and they're like, oh, I keep seeing that I touch my hair too much, or I do this, or like even little like weird ticks and things. You're like, and then I mean, they will call you out on that stuff on Twitter and Instagram, and you're like, I really need to work on that. Like, why do I do that? So like you'll learn in time, and I'll see new housewives come in. I see people making fun of them. I'm like, well, that won't last long because they're gonna all of a sudden be so self-conscious. They're gonna like change that. But there's certain things like you are who you are at the end of the day.
And you've obviously been doing this for so long. Do you see yourself continuing to do it for many more years to come? Or, has there ever been an inkling of being like, oh, I think I might stop this soon?
Always, there's always times that we, are like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And then, like last year, I had an amazing year, career-wise, shooting 2 different TV series and 2 different movies, all with NBC Universal, which was like, it was amazing. And I was really busy and overwhelmed, but I was really grateful, and so they've been very good to me too. So you definitely don't walk away after a year like that. So then you think, well, I can hang in there another year. And then drama unfolds, and next thing you know, you're crying, you have anxiety, and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm so happy with my home, with my husband, my kids. Like, I don't want to do this. But I just take it each year as it comes along, and I see how I feel by the end of the season. I think that as long as you still have times of having fun on the show, then it's great, because we do have a lot of fun. You see a lot of it in the show, but I feel like we even have more fun than we actually see sometimes.
And I don't know if you've noticed this, but I think during the pandemic, obviously a lot of people were stuck at home and had a lot of time to watch or binge watch series that they wouldn't have gotten the opportunity to watch before. And I feel like, particularly because I know Real Housewives as a franchise has always been huge in America, and it has been since 2010. But I think it kind of exploded a bit more in popularity over in Europe when the pandemic hit, because people were binge watching it on Hey You and finally got the chance, because there's so many seasons, and they finally got the chance to properly watch it. So have you found that the international fandom has grown since the pandemic?
Absolutely. I can say that now because I've been in London and Paris this last 10 days or so. And, recognition on the street is completely different than it was, a few years ago. Way different. And I was, in London, I expected it more, it doesn't come as much as a surprise in London for some reason. But in Paris, I was like, wow, it's really popular here, because like you said, I said to my friend who lives there, I'm really shocked, like how many people are stopping me in the street. And he said, well, that's because people, since the pandemic are binging it on Hey You. And that's why you have this whole new fan base over here in France. So it's interesting, I think the pandemic really, people couldn't leave their homes, and they really got sucked into the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in that time, which I'm grateful for.
Well, I can tell you the fandom is very strong in Ireland, where I am zooming you from right now. Have you ever been to Ireland?
I have not, and I really, really want to go. It's on my top of the list of places that I want to go that I have not been. Obviously, being the fact that I am Irish, I really want to go. And my mom, before she passed away, she went all over Ireland because she wanted to see it before she passed away, and she did. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna make it there one day. So my husband went once to play golf or something, and
it's very big here.
Yes, and he's a big golfer, so I really want to get over there. And on my 23andMe, my heritage thing, it's showing me like the parts of Ireland that my family is from. I'm like, it's so funny that they can narrow it down to like a little part. So I'm coming there soon.
It's crazy, isn't it? Because I know Dorit and PK, they're very good friends with Claudine and Robbie Keane, who are obviously from here. So it would be great, I think, and you should pitch this to the producers, I feel, if you got a Housewives trip to Ireland, maybe. I feel like that would be cool.
Oh my gosh. We almost did that one season.
Oh, really? No way.
When I was finding out my heritage and everything, we actually almost ended up coming to Ireland, and I don't know what ended up happening. And now these last couple of years, we haven't done, we went to Mexico, and of course went to Aspen, but we haven't done our big international trip since COVID, because every time we plan something, the world shut down again.
I know.
Hopefully that will be coming up soon.
Oh my God, like I really feel like this needs to happen. So let's drop a little line to Andy Cohen, maybe.
Yes, let's start manifesting that that's going to happen.
Let's manifest.
Absolutely.
So another thing I really have to mention is obviously Mauricio and your 2 daughters are about to film their own show, Buying Beverly Hills, which is so exciting for them. Are you going to be making an appearance at all, or what can you tell us?
I'm not right as of now, because, I'm obviously shooting the Housewives, and I'm shooting Halloween, and I'm also producing a 1-hour drama for a new show I'm doing. So my hands are really full. So right now I'm not going to be doing that, but We were actually shooting at the same time, so it wasn't even really an option. And but I'm very excited for my husband and my daughters. It's not anything I wanted in my life, but you know what? I think it's going to be great, and they're going to do well.
I know you mentioned that before in an interview that you didn't really want your daughters in particular to follow your footsteps in reality TV world. So
Yeah.
has your opinion changed, or are you just kind of dealing with
You
it?
know, the second this came up, I said, well, I've sat there and said, I would never want my kids, I would never let them or something. I said, that's going to come back and haunt me for sure. And of course, now here we are, but, we are in real estate. Our company, the agency, is now all over the world. We actually just opened in Amsterdam as well. So, it's everywhere now. And so the idea was like, you know what? My husband and my daughters, they're business women. He's a businessman. I thought it's great for our company and our brand, and we can kind of have some fun doing this while we build up our brand, because they weren't people that wanted to be in television, but they're business minded first. So I said, okay, fine, do what you think is right for the agency.
And you obviously have a lot of famous friends being from Beverly Hills. And I know a lot of people have been campaigning for Kris Jenner to join the cast. Do you ever think that's going to happen?
Never.
Never.
I say
She's
that
got her own
because
thing going on.
Kris Jenner is a very, very, very busy woman. She does not need to be adding being a housewife to the list, even though I would love it. She's too busy.
And is there any other famous friends that you have in mind that could join the cast that you would love on it?
Famous friends that could join the cast. Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I haven't thought about that. It's kind of scary when you bring in, somebody you're really close. Now, after all these years, I'm like, it can go awry. So I don't know. I'd have to really think about that one.
And before we wrap things up, I wanted to play a little game with you, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay.
It's going to be something fun. So obviously there's been a lot of like iconic lines on the show from over the years. So I wanted to do a little game with you. I put together about 10. And it's going to be a bit of a point system. So if you guess which person said it, you get 1 point. And then if you get season it was said, you get another point. So there's 20 points up for grabs.
Okay.
Okay. So I've kind of mixed them up a bit from like different seasons. So let's see how you get on.
Oh my God.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. So first one, I'm about to take you out the back and pull some Oklahoma on your ass.
Taylor Armstrong, season 1.
It was actually season 2.
Oh, no.
Was it season 1?
Wasn't that in the table in New York City?
That's what I thought, but when I was doing the research, because I was convinced it was season 1 as well, but when I was doing the research, it actually said season 2. I was like, oh.
Pretty sure that happened at the table, and the same night as You're Such a Effing Liar, Camille.
Yeah, which is also so iconic.
That was season 1. I don't know.
Maybe I need to fact check this.
You may have to fact check that. I'm pretty sure she said that same night. And then she even said to me later, I don't even know where that came from. I remember she said to me in the hotel room. So
either way, very iconic. But you did get the person who said it anyway, but I will fact check which season that was. Okay, so next one. Now may be a good time to keep those big lips closed.
Lisa Vanderpump, season 5? No. Season 6?
So you got the season right, but you actually said this to Lisa Rinna. Yeah.
Oh my
You're
God.
like, did I?
I said that? Now that let's close. Okay.
I think it was when she was talking about Munchausen's disease, the iconic Munchausen's.
Well, that's what I thought it was about, but I thought it was Lisa Vanderpump, but Lisa actually wanted her to talk about it, and I didn't want to.
And you were like,
so
keep those big
I
lips
should have known.
Okay, so you got technically, I need to actually mark these down. So you got 1 there and 1 there. Okay, so next one. This one kills me. I've had enough of you, you beast.
Oh, that's Kim Richards, season 5.
Yes, very correct. So you got 2 there. And then, okay, so this actually isn't a line from the show, but it's someone's tagline, okay? So, I'm an enigma wrapped in a riddle and cash.
That is Erica Girardi, season 6.
Yes. Oh my God, you're so good at this.
Wow, I'm impressing myself.
Yeah, oh my God. Okay, so you've already mentioned this one, but you're such a fucking liar, Camille.
Kyle, season 1.
Yes. And then, okay. So this is a quote from your very good friend, so you should know this. No matter how many Chanels you borrow, you will never, ever be a lady.
Hey, Resnick. To Brandy Glanville.
Yes.
You want to know a funny story about that line?
Yes. Give it to me.
People were so mad at Faye for saying that because it came across like she was saying like, I have money and you don't. But the reason that came up is that Lisa Vanderpump was like trying to make it seem like Brandy was struggling and this and that. And then I said, if Brandy's struggling so much, why does she have all this like Chanel bags and Louis Vuitton luggage? Why do you act like she's struggling so much? And she said, no, they're all borrowed. They're all borrowed. But nobody heard that because it wasn't used. So when Faye said that, she was referring to that, but the audience didn't know that.
Oh
so
no, it was completely
taken out of context. I'm rich and you're not. Oh my God. I was like, oh, what a disaster. Those are the kind of things that make me crazy.
Oh, but either way, it's a very iconic line, so we appreciate it.
Very iconic line, yes.
Can you guess what season that was?
That was season 3.
Yes. Oh my God, you were so good at this.
Killing it.
Like how you are killing it. Okay.
I'm gonna play this game with the fellow housewives.
Yes. So good. Okay, so next one. Sorry I'm late, I was in glam.
Sorry, I'm late. I was in glam. Oh, that was season. Hold on. 10.
Close.
Dorit Kemsley.
Yeah.
9? Season 9?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Season 9.
Okay.
Okay, so next one. This is probably my personal favorite. Who is Hunky Dory?
Kathy Hilton, season 11.
So good. Like it actually just plays on repeat in my mind. I love it so much. Okay, so next one. My hair is iconic and don't you fucking forget it.
Oh, Lisa Rinna said that to Brandy Glanville. I think it was season 5.
Okay, you got who it is right, but not the season. So it was actually 6, 7.
Brandy was still on in season 7?
Oh, I think so. Maybe I need to fact check that as well.
I think you need to fact check because I think once Erica was on, I don't think Brandy was on the show.
Oh yeah, maybe. Okay, I'll fact check.
Erica came on 6. I don't know about this.
We're like, what? Okay.
It would be great if I didn't make one of these mistakes.
I'll give you the point anyway. I'll give you the point. Okay, so this is the last one. Probably the most iconic. Well, in many different ways. So who famously said, "Goodbye, Kyle," while dramatically running up a staircase?
Ken Todd, season 10.
Yes, correct. Oh my God. That was so good. So let me
Was it season 10 or season 9? When was Lisa's last season? Maybe it was 9.
Oh, let me look actually. Oh yeah, it was season 9.
9. I think she hasn't been on for 3 seasons. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Do I still get it because I corrected myself?
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 out of a possible 20, which is very good. And I also need to fact check some things.
I'm not even kidding you. This would be the funniest drinking game to play with the house.
Oh my God, yeah.
I would have to ask other people though for the quotes because I wouldn't even be able to think.
No, you did so good. Like considering you've been filming the show 12 years, the amount that you've actually remembered is insane.
You know, it's funny because I don't even remember my taglines. People ask me I can only remember a few of them. There's one season I cannot remember the tagline. I think it's season 4. I have no idea.
Do you get told do you have to give options for your taglines, or is it kind of like they give you options and you pick one?
They've come to me in the beginning, when I didn't know any better, season 1. They came up with in a town full of phonies, I'm not afraid to be me. But if they said just say these things, because they were, editing the show and looking and seeing who I was, I would just say what they told me. But now they'll say something like, "Oh, get some other sucker to say." I'm not saying that.
You're like, I am the OG. I have
like,
to say.
And then season 2, I think I said, I'm not the richest girl in Beverly Hills, but I am the luckiest. I came up with that. And they kind of were like, because they didn't want me to say I'm not the richest, but I'm like, but I'm not, and I am the luckiest. So why wouldn't I say that? So then there's this season, they just like basically gave me one, and I was like, okay, fine.
You're like, it's fine, it's all good.
I was like, I wanted to say something, but I literally could not. I was like, I don't know what to say. I can't. Sometimes it comes to me like that. Other times I'm like, I liked my one last year. I came up with that.
I think, is it this season is the first one that doesn't actually say Beverly Hills?
Right. And they wanted me to, but I'm like, half the fans say, she's got to say something else. And the other half say, if she doesn't say in this town, we're going to be upset, like the splits. People are very divided on what they want. No, I think I said last year, this town is a game of chess and no one's taking this queen down.
I love it. I love it. Can I say one thing about the splits? Kyle Richards, you never stop doing the splits. It is iconic.
I mean, if I don't use it, I lose it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I just want to say something really funny quickly about the tagline that I just thought about.
Yeah.
But this would really ruin people's image. Maybe I shouldn't tell them this. I recorded those in my daughter's closet.
I mean,
I'm not kidding.
You gotta do.
Because before we like doing my interview and you're sitting in the chair and they have you just speak into the mic while I'm doing the sit down interview with like hair and makeup. No, that one, I was literally hunched in a corner. I think because of the pandemic, and they gave me, I have like a voice notes app, and I was like, this town is a game of chess, like looking into my daughter's clothing.
Oh my God, I've heard so much of that though, like during the pandemic, people recording podcasts like in their hot press, like, it needs must,
Well, that's what I did. Now when I see myself coming out in the dress or the diamond, I know I'm in my daughter's closet saying that. It kind of makes me laugh, but
the reality of reality TV. I love it.
It was so nice to meet you, Kendra.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It was so nice talking to you.
You too. Take care. I hope we get to Ireland soon.